What's up guys? I know it's been quite a bit of time since I uploaded my last video. There's a lot to update you guys on what happened this past month, so let's just get straight into it. I went to Korea about 3 weeks ago. I know, that might be surprising for some of you guys, but it's gonna take some time to edit all the videos. Please be patient with me and I'm gonna do my best to edit all of these videos as soon as possible. Also, one thing I need to note is that I need to get some videos out earlier than others, so these videos are actually not going to be in chronological order. As you could probably tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience getting mole and pigmentation removal in Korea. I actually posted a video before about getting my moles removed the first time. That actually didn't include pigmentation. There were about like 3 moles that grew back. As we just get older, more moles are going to develop over time. Depending on your genetics, it is something that you just have to maintain. So I'm going to point out later in this video about my pigmentation as well. I actually had a lot of pigmentation on the right side of my face. Before my trip to Korea, I contacted various skin clinics, got free consultations, and I obviously ended up choosing the best deal for me personally. That's actually how I found out about Seoul Guide Medical. Throughout our email conversations, I asked a lot of questions because I just like to be thorough when I'm doing my research. They were very patient with me and made sure that they answered all of my questions until I was satisfied. I mean, I've never been to a skin clinic in Korea before. I don't know what the whole process is like, and having a middleman facilitate this whole process just made the experience so much easier and just lifted a huge burden off of my shoulders. We got the appointment finalized and all we had to do was wait until the day of the procedure. I haven't even mentioned the name of this skin clinic yet. It was called Amoa Skin Clinic and it's located in Gangnam in Cheongdam Station. Fun fact, it's actually based next to SM Entertainment. If you guys want more information, I will make sure to post the address link below. Although one side story I want to share, which I think would be helpful to those considering getting something like this done in Korea. While I was contacting these various skin clinics, I unintentionally emailed Amoa Skin Clinic directly and not through Seoul Guide Medical. The prices that they ended up quoting me, even with the discounted price, was still higher than the prices that Seoul Guide Medical gave me. I witnessed firsthand that contacting Seoul Guide Medical is going to give you lower prices than contacting these skin clinics directly. End of side story. I got in the clinic. The initial impression that I got, it felt modern and it just felt cozy to be in. I guess you could say that the environment made it feel welcoming. But once I settled down, I was given some papers to fill out, which didn't take that long at all. And soon after, this was when I met with Tony Medina, who is actually the founder of Seoul Guide Medical. Honestly, I think Tony's the man. I mean, he hooked me up with all of these procedures. So personal thank you to you, Tony, if you're watching this. I really appreciate it. Anyways, he answered some questions that I had and even potential questions that you guys might have. So I'll play those right now. So one question that I have is, I know that it was recommended to have these skin procedures more than once. I was wondering if just doing this once, should I expect to see all of my pigmentations, all my moles removed?
The answer is yes and no. On the yes side, you can see a big improvement. These kinds of lasers and treatments fix problems anywhere from 10 to 15%. So if you think 10 or 15% on your face is quite a big improvement. The maximum improvement you can usually get from treatments is between 40 to 60%. There is nothing that can improve your skin 100%, but on your face, 40 to 60% is quite big, so you can improve a lot. Now to get to 40 or 50 or 60% of this kind of treatment, you need up to 5 sessions. For stronger treatments, up to 3 sessions, 3-4 sessions, but even a single session, 10-15% is a big improvement. Your pores, for example, there is nothing that people sell in stores that can actually close pores. The only thing is resurfacing lasers that can actually close pores. So pretty much skin clinics, high-end skin clinics is the only way to actually improve your skin. Everything else is just kind of makes you shiny, it makes you moisturize, can rejuvenate your skin, but it can't actually fix deep problems.
Once he answered all the questions that I had, it was finally time to get the in-person consultation. They were extremely thorough with the explanations, and having an English translator just made everything so comfortable. Here are a few clips to get a better understanding of what the consultation was like.
원장님 엔디아그라고 하신 게 토닝 레이저인데 지금 광대부 이런 데 조금 진한 색소가 있어서 네, 그거 이제 좀 세게 해서 빼주실 것 같아요.
네.
약간 붉은기 있으실 수 있거든요.
So the first laser that the doctor talked about was for your hyperpigmentation around here. It's a little bit strong. So we're going to go in a little bit strong just so that you can see the effects as much as you can. So it might be a little bit red. So are you going to remove the mole on this side of your face?
Yeah, that would be nice. Because
Okay.
this was removed last time, but I guess it grew back.
So it might be because they didn't remove the roots of the mole. But today we're going to go in, and we do go in as deep as we could in one session. It might not all be removed in one session, but if it doesn't, then you can come back one more time.
After the consultation was over, we went to another room where I got my face cleansed and numbed to prepare my face for the procedures. They actually had to cleanse my face several times to get rid of all of the dead skin cells off of my face. Once my face was cleansed, they applied the numbing cream on my face so that the pain from these laser treatments are minimal. I believe I waited around 30 minutes for the numbing cream to take effect, and then I finally went to the room with the machines to get the skin procedures done.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Future me here. I just wanted to give you guys a little more information on these lasers. So the first laser was for pigmentation and it was called the YAG Laser. It's kind of a funny name, I've never heard of it before, but it's actually used in some cases that you guys might be familiar with. Aside from pigmentation, this laser is also used in tattoo removals, aging spots, and melasma. Now, if I was getting a tattoo removed, obviously you'd have to go a lot deeper into the skin, but since I'm only getting my pigmentation removed, I don't have to go as deep. Laser number 2 was called the CO2 laser, and this was for the moles. For anyone that was wondering what the laser was called the first time I got my moles removed, I believe this was the same machine, so it's called the CO2 laser. For the curious ones out there, some might be wondering why couldn't I have just gotten the YAG for both cases, and that's because the CO2 laser is able to get deeper into the root of the mole and it's more efficient. That's all I got. Back to past me. In terms of pain tolerance, I thought the pain was nothing surprising. Also, the second time the pain was a little more tolerable than the first. That might be due to the fact that I had a lot less to remove the second time around. And I know I never got pigmentation laser done before, but I would say that the type of pain, if you guys were wondering what kind of pain you're gonna feel if you get anything like this, that's what it felt like. If I remember correctly, I think the CO2 laser was the one that smelled more. It smelled like something was burning. It's not a very pleasant smell, so I tried to hold my breath, but it's not unbearable. When they were done, they actually asked me if they missed any spots. I didn't see any that they missed. Above all, I was just thankful that they cared about my input. In terms of length, the lasers didn't even take that long. I think it took maybe about 5 to 10 minutes max. For some reason, I expected it to take longer, but it was really quick. When the lasers were finished, we went back to the room where I got my face cleansed to apply a face mask, pretty much rehydrate the skin, and also apply sunblock as well. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that they also used a machine which gives off light to expedite the healing process. They also put rejuvenation tape on the moles. That was actually something I did not do the first time I removed my moles. I feel like these tapes helped a lot in terms of the healing process. It prevents scarring from happening. I don't know what kind of voodoo magic they put in these things, but yeah, I think that they made a huge difference. I was told not to wash my face until the next morning, and I was only able to wash my face very gently. But I personally didn't wash my face because I wanted to make sure that I got no water on my skin for as long as possible. I definitely made sure to apply sunblock. Ideally, you're actually supposed to be applying sunblock every 4 hours. I think most people put it on in the morning, but people forget to reapply it in the middle of the day. By then, the sunblock has worn off. That's a big problem. It could have ended up being darker than it was before. I made sure to get a hat and a mask to cover myself from the sun. Alright, so here's everybody's favorite part. Here are the photos that I took because I like time lapses. I unfortunately didn't take a picture every day, but I hope that it still gives you guys a good understanding of how my skin has healed throughout the week. Here are the photos from the same day. This was unfortunately the only angle that I had for that day. I think it was because that side was the only side worth showing. These photos are from May 3rd, 6:37 p.m., so about 10 hours later. This time I made sure to get both sides of my face, and as you could probably see, there wasn't much done on the left side of my face besides the fact that I had a mole removed. Here's photos 3 days later. You can see that the skin has healed significantly. You might notice that the mole above my mouth didn't have the rejuvenation tape at this moment, and that's because it's on a part of my face that moves a lot. So eventually the tape didn't stick anymore and it just fell off. I tried my best to reapply this tape whenever it fell off, but it was definitely tough to get it to stick long term. Here's day 4. You can see that I applied another rejuvenation tape above my mouth. It was a different brand compared to the one that they gave me at the clinic, so that's why it looks a little bit different. And here's day 5, which is the final photos of this time lapse. Obviously by this point my skin hasn't been given enough time to completely heal yet, but hopefully this time lapse was helpful.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Here are the before and after photos. I just want to note that these photos are about 23 days after the procedure was done. The differences are probably quite noticeable, and I would say that I'm happy with the way that it turned out. Prices are always going to be different depending on the person. You can't charge somebody the same amount for 1 mole versus like 10 moles, so make sure to contact them if you guys want a free online consultation. You can contact them through email, which is consult@seoulguidemedical.com, and you guys can check out their YouTube and their Instagram, which I will also post in the description box below. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. I hope you guys found it entertaining or informative in some way. I still have a lot to update you guys on, but that's for another day. So until next time, peace.
Seoul is the capital of plastic surgery, skin, dental, vision correction, and other medical treatments. Seoul Guide Medical is here to find you the best doctors, the best procedures, and take care of you from start to finish. Contact us at consult@seoulguidemedical.com for a free consultation with our specialists. Let us take care of everything and create a customized treatment plan that is right for you. We help you with airport pickup, accommodations, in-clinic translations, aftercare, and hold your hand every step of the way. Visit our website at seoulguidemedical.com for more information. Seoul Guide Medical. Happy patients, always.